क्या कर रहे हो आप? क्या दिया तुमने?
Issued GO has made budgetary allocation and in compliance affidavit has requested for 6 weeks time to actually disburse in the account. The Chief Secretary has recently joined on 19th of this month as Chief Secretary. Lord, permit us to appear online, Lord.
But you have issued a GO. Has disbursement been completed?
Within 6 weeks, the compliance affidavit says 2 advances have been disbursed. There were 21 advances which budgetary allocations have also been made.
What is the position here in Tamil Nadu?
This connection, this was stated that in terms of the directions of this honorable court, so and so, have been revised by the state government and arrears have to be paid. Therefore, it is respectfully submitted that to calculate the arrears due to revision and allowances and sanction of new allowances and credit in their account 2 more times is asked. 2 more months they have asked for time.
I spoke 6 weeks. We will.
2 more months is what they asked.
6 weeks is what Lord, I am told by Chief Secretary that 6 weeks we will completely, because the claims, certain claims have to be made by the officers, not by us. Ultimately,
You complete the exercise in 4 weeks. At the most, we might give you 4 weeks, right? Come here, we'll hear all the chief secretaries, over here. We don't want to now start making an exception in the morning. We have not made any exception. Yes.
Online, Milord.
No, not online. They are supposed to remain present here. That's our order. Why are you shy?
No, Milord, I am not shy.
Whatever statement they want to make, let them appear here before us and they'll make a statement.
Milord, we filed the
Sorry,
affidavit.
in the morning, a similar request was made.
We have not allowed that to
Honorable
anybody.
Chief Justice has declined. So no exception for you. Ask them to remain present.
Item 7 is the matter of the twins, where Kara was to respond. Adoptions have already taken place and Kara was to give the NOC blood. So 16th, your lordship heard it for 26th. Kara has not responded.
It's on board today. If it doesn't reach today, because of this, we'll take it up early next week. Otherwise, we'll take it early next week if you want.
No, Milord, I'll wait.
We can take it up on Tuesday.
Milord, whatever your lordship.
We'll take it up on Wednesday. We can take it up. The aunt has adopted both the children.
The position is that I will explore the options under the UK adoption system. They say you get a non-convention adoption order. Kara has to give a non-convention adoption order.
Okay, that's fair enough, but we'll take it up on Wednesday. So that Tuesday. Oh yeah, we have a CB on Wednesday, so Tuesday we'll take it up.
Tuesday.
Well, may I make a small?
List is possible. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry.
Yes.
May I make a small request, Melody? Would my lords allow us to airdrop the material?
All right.
A soft copy, airdrop, soft copy of this. It's much clearer, Melody, than that. That's all. Please airdrop it. And in the meantime, just Melody, so that some misgivings, Melody, may be cleared.
Their official records, as possible to be shared, please share it.
No, it's a status report, no? This you can share.
Regulations.
Yeah, please. But I just wanted to mention to your lordships, through a notification issued in the Gazette in 2018, Malads, by an order of the Commissioner of Police, we are required to follow these guidelines, which are set out, unnatural deaths and injuries. And we have followed these guidelines to the T. So it's not something that we have departed, Malads, from the standard procedure. It's the regulation of 68, Malads. Immediately on receipt of information of a death occurring in any of the circumstances, First information report shall be drawn up in West Bengal form such and such. The information shall be recorded in the same manner as a first information of a cognizable crime. That's how the unnatural death is registered. And it shall be put up for subdivisional, who shall record his orders. And then it goes on, Mullah. So we follow this to the T.
Except that this doesn't justify registration of your FIR at 11:30 at night.
But everything started earlier. All the investigation was done.
Body was recovered in soon after 9:30.
But Mullah, all the investigation was done in accordance with law, Mullah. There's no as far as delay in the investigation. The procedure is the same, Mullah. We have not, Mullah.
Procedure and other things is a separate issue, but the point really
I
does
understand.
remain that what is the reason? I mean, now we've already highlighted that. We needn't go over it all over again. What is the reason why the FIR is lodged almost 14 hours after the discovery of
Because we asked the parents, he says, we'll give a formal complaint, Mullah. That's all on the record.
Second, further investigation is also required.
One counsel is here. The
Please, if you don't mind.
Parents counsel.
Sir,
He's
if you don't-
waving his hands.
1 second, if you don't mind.
He's waving his hands.
Second, most important, what is
No,
the
it's
role
not
of
an
the
issue that the parents would have requested them
role
to
of the
delay the
principal?
FIR.
He was the principal of the college. He should have come straight away to the college
Yeah,
and directed the filing of the FIR. Who was he in touch with? What were his connections
That's for
with
him,
that?
Mullah, to decide why he didn't do it. But I'm just telling your lordship that as far as we are concerned, we follow this procedure, be that as it may, Mullah. Now,
The moment he tenders a resignation, he is appointed as a principal of another college.
but we respond to that separately,
So
Mullah.
what is the purpose? I mean,
Yes,
there's
yes,
a person.
I appreciate that part of it, Mullah.
A lot of
We
lot of
appreciate
things
that part of
He's
it.
still investigated by the
Yeah.
by the
Now, of course, Mullah, each of us, Mullah, who are appearing for the state have now got Swiss bank accounts which are doing the rounds, Mullah, because we are appearing for the state. That's all that's happening now, Mullah, outside. And we are, instead of,
Initially, that switchback account came, my lord, from your client, present client.
Anyway, we don't have to really go into all this. We have to.
let's not,
What we will
again,
do is
you know,
this.
instead
Mr.
of
Sibbal,
concentrating on the investigation, you're concentrating on the state
what
of
we
West
will do
Bengal.
is this. CBI has submitted its status report to us of the investigation. You have also submitted a status report of the investigation. We will have a look at your report. We'll take it on the record. Let the investigation continue. There are two different things. CBI in respect of the actual death, and insofar as you are concerned, the vandalization which takes place the day after. So
And the future protest, Mullah, your lordships have to protect us for that. That future protest.
Protest,
how can
protecting the
how
state.
can we protect this?
No, your lordships may, Mullah, so the standard operating procedure must follow. We will designate area, they can hold the protest, they can go there.
So why do we have to do all that? Your district magistrate.
Yeah, your lordships will only say, Mullah, because your lordships have said no peaceful protests should be interfered with, Mullah. Now, if they don't follow the standard operating procedure, don't tell us what the leader is. Mullah, what will happen is what your lordships have seen.
We have not for a moment said that the requisite provisions of law should not be complied.
That's right. That should be clarified, that's
The
all.
only thing is that what we meant was that stop arresting people who are.
Yes, absolutely. Your lordship may just clarify that.
My lord, an additional small clarification.
We have never said that irrespective of the normal procedures for conducting
That's what is
protests.
being done, Mullah. That's why I saw those audio clips, Mullah.
Right now, we will just say this, a status report has been submitted by the Central Bureau of Investigation. Likewise, a status report has been submitted on behalf of the police of the state, by the Kolkata police, on behalf of the Kolkata police. Full stop. As already noted earlier, the investigation into the circumstances relating to the death of the postgraduate student at RG Kaur Medical College and Hospital is being conducted by the CBI. Full stop. The Kolkata police is looking into the investigation following the vandalization of the hospital after the protests of the after the protests at the site.
No, it was vandalism, my lord, not protest.
After the protests at the site.
Yes, vandalism after the protest.
Yes.
Full stop. Next. From the material which has been produced before the court, it appears that a request for conducting the polygraph test has been submitted. Arrest of the accused has been submitted to the ACJM Sialda, which is stated to be under process. Full stop. The ACJM Sialda shall pass orders on the application no later than by 5 p.m. on 23 August 2024. Full stop. During the course of the hearing, a number of counsel have appeared on behalf of diverse stakeholders, including the associations representing the resident doctors. Full stop.
And other doctors, my lord.
Resident doctors and other doctors. Full stop. Among others. Full stop. The counsel who have intervened in these proceedings, together with the parties for whom they have intervened, are set out below. Colon, ये पूरा statement ले लीजिए. In the previous order of this court, while constituting a national task force, this court had specifically clarified that the NTF should engage with diverse stakeholders. Full stop. Consequently, we hope and trust that the NTF shall hear the representatives of diverse stakeholders, so as to enable it to have inputs from all those who are likely to be affected by the process which has been initiated by this court, and who have a vital stake in maintaining safety and well-being of the doctors and other medical professionals in their workplaces.
One second, go ahead, say something.
In their workplaces.
I give it to you.
So we have not said no. We have said all stakeholders. During the course, during the course of the hearing, learned counsel have placed some additional suggestions which may be taken into account by the committee, including (1) the installation of distress call systems, the institutionalization of distress call systems, (2) regulation of duty hours, and 3, the lodgement of the constitution of a compensation distress fund. Next, the above suggestions would, it is needless to note, be considered by the National Task Force, whose remit has been couched in broad terms by this court. But stop. It is undoubted that the views of diverse stakeholders would be taken into account by the task force before its final recommendations are made. Full stop. To facilitate the filing of suggestions before the National Task Force, we direct the Secretary in the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare of the Union Government to open a specific portal on the website of the ministry, on which associations, or as the case may be, different stakeholders can submit their suggestions for consideration before the committee. Full stop. Mr. Kapil Sibal, learned counsel appearing on behalf of the state of West Bengal and the Kolkata police, submits that this court may clarify, submits that while this court has permitted peaceful protests, authorities are precluded from exercising the regulatory powers in accordance with law. This court has not injuncted the state from exercising such lawful powers as are entrusted in terms of the law. However, we categorically reaffirm that peaceful protests shall not be disturbed, nor shall peaceful protest shall not be disturbed or disrupted, and the state shall not take any action against those who are protesting against who are peacefully protesting.
That's correct.
Against the against the incident which took place at Rajikot Medical College.
Unless
Just
maybe
please,
one more
hold on. Allow me. Whereas your lordships may take my affidavit on record. Yeah, take on record. And whereas two things.
One more.
We have filed the status report, but the pen drive is not being taken, which has the videos. Whereas that pen drive may be taken on record.
My lords, with
They are
regard
in
to
extras.
backlash,
One thing.
One second.
Should we keep it after a week for the next status report to be filed before us? Because we just like to.
That's fine, Mother. But the pen drive may be taken because they are the annexures, Mother. Yes, deeply obliged.
my lords,
Just give
with
it with
regard,
the pen drive.
Karuna, this is.
Mother, and also, let me finish. Let me-
we'll finish the.
Where?
Well, let me just finish this. Mother, my timeline was on the events.
My lord, only one request I have to make.
1 second, hold on, please. Let me make my.
Yeah, of course.
Well, the timelines. Court master, just take that.
My lord,
One
the
second.
request
Well,
is
the
this.
timeline.
Lord, request is this, my lord.
In view of the fact that this court has taken measures to ensure the institutionalization of the concerns of the medical professions in terms of the previous order dated so and so, it is only to be expected that the doctors would now return to work. Full stop. Pending the submission of the report to the National Tax Task Force, all state governments and union territories shall ensure that wherever the need arises in terms of the exigencies of work, the state shall be alert to any apprehended violations of a breach of apprehension violations or breach of safety in medical establishments within that.
My lords, doctors are with the court
Only
on
one
that.
request.
My lords, backlash we can be protected against.
Timeline of events as they happen. Well,
My lord, can the timeline at least be shared with us?
We'll give you.
Give a copy to the.
Yes, yes.
Honestly, but this can never be secret, my lord.
What, nothing.
This is
Of course not, nothing.
Also give the, or your status report.
Yeah.
Well, that can be shared with the CBI.
Of course, it can be. I
Status-
even confidential.
Investigation is pending, Malad. How can the status report be shared? That cannot.
But one aspect may be considered.
Yes, his status report is not shared.
States
The CISF has been deployed at.
Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord.
एक और वो भी लिख लीजिए. The Solicitor General states that in compliance with the orders of this court, the CISF has been deployed at Rajikot Medical College and Hospital so as to ensure the safety of
Just one small submission.
all other medical professionals.
My lords had said in the morning an additional line, my lords, with regard to protecting our doctors from backlash. They will, of course, rejoin. But my lords, and they have never suspended emergency services. But my lords, there is a concern, already a backlash.
Ms. Nandi, there's no question of only doing emergency services. In a place like, say, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, people take appointments 2 years in advance. If doctors are not available on duty for a day, that means that person loses a slot which was booked 2 years in advance.
Absolutely, my lords. And during lunch, we spoke to our doctors, and this is what has been said, and this is what has absolutely been agreed to. My lords, just the backlash, though, there is the health department and the medical council, we are being told that the action is being taken against our doctors. These are under control of the West Bengal government who are protesting, the protesting doctors. In addition, private and public
Look, what you do
harassment is happening from
we are
the
taking it
police.
next week.
Yes, my lords.
Once the doctors get back to work,
Yes.
please come back to us and tell us.
Lordships, may I just point out?
Come back, my lords.
Lordship,
Malad,
Lordships, there is an
Can we record
order.
this in the order?
An apprehension has been expressed on behalf of the doctors, stating that that they are likely to be, or some of them are already being proceeded against.
Not to interrupt, in Delhi, there is FIR registered against us.
Right,
Already.
for the protests which took place in the past. Full stop. We are expecting compliance with the assurance which is now given to the court that the doctors would join normal duties. Full stop. In the meantime, if any adverse action has been taken against any protesting doctor for protests which have been carried out prior to the date of this order, no coercive steps shall be taken on the basis of any action.
Lordship,
So
there is an
great.
order
One
of, there is
concern,
an order of a college in Ujjain where my learned
But
friend just.
nothing hereafter, because now after
Not-
this order, everybody must.
This-
act.
Yes,
one,
Doctors have been told
Threatened for contempt.
not even to go on a token strike. My learned friend wanted.
I just
to-
received a,
I'll tell you one thing, get back to work now. If any doctor is proceeded against with for a protest which took place in the past, we have already said no coercive action will be taken.
this is for the future, actually. We are saying
Right.
that we cannot go for the token
But
protest
you,
as well.
no, but future now, you must come back to duty.
Hey, The problem is
Can
that
we
if we,
say,
if
can we
we,
say as judges that we'll stand outside the Supreme Court? No,
Yes,
because
we seek
justice
permission from the authority.
medicine can't go on strike.
yeah,
Everybody has to come back.
to the proper measure, it should be done.
Lordship,
And
another
that's for the
aspect.
contempt.
Well, just
Lordship, another aspect.
one second.
Look, first,
Could be
first,
the back
first,
strip.
look, first, establish before us next time that everybody has come back to work. Once we are satisfied that everybody has come back to work, please rest assured, we'll make sure that no adverse action is taken.
Be great.
What happened in the past.
Well, the other
One
thing is,
aspect-
your lordships have taken now the status report on record and a separate affidavit on record. Now, Malas, the only thing is, and this is a request from everybody, that Malas, normalcy should try and be, Malas, the people should not take advantage of the situation. Normalcy should return, Malas, and we are
Yes, yes,
investigating.
stop
in their
vandalism,
hands now.
everything will be normal.
Responsible is in their hands
If-
now, the
If
investigation.
vandalism is stopped,
These
everything will
kind
be
of
normal.
statements,
Therefore, we have requested the doctors to come back to work.
yes, no statements,
Now,
Malas,
the
that are being made of the
investigation is going
nature.
on.
Lordship.
The investigation is going on. We are assessing the status reports which are being filed in the course of the investigation. I think now, for the family, there's no question of normalcy because the family is deeply affected.
Correct.
But insofar as the community is concerned, including the community of doctors, we have to return back to our
Absolutely.
duty.
And the statements and the,
Lord, just
the
one
statements
sentence.
made of the nature that we have placed before you.
I appear for the
But
Resident Doctors
Only a
Association
minute,
of.
my lord, let this thought, my lord. My lord, we are not against, my lord, nobody should make any statement.
That's correct.
We have a statement of a sitting minister of the state of West Bengal
Oh.
saying that, no, not all, there's something very serious. That if anybody talks anything against our leader, his fingers will be chopped off.
Well, then I will read the leader of the opposition statement.
Go into it. Nobody should speak.
Bullets will be fired. Bullets will be fired is what he said.
What we would also expect,
Yes.
please don't politicize. these
Exactly,
things.
exactly.
So
My
Bindu has
learned
said
friend
bullets will be
started with
fired.
this, my lord,
Across
therefore
the
I.
political spectrum,
Yes.
parties have to realize, don't politicize.
That's right.
Exactly, my lord,
Deeply
exactly.
No,
It's
The
the simple-
law will take its
Started by
course.
saying.
Yes.
The
step
law
back.
will take its course and we are ensuring that the law does take its course after a quick and efficient
Deeply
investigation.
obliged. Deeply obliged.
Second, we are also concerned about the welfare and safety of doctors for the future. We want to institutionalize this.
That's right.
Yes.
We are not just going to lay down guidelines. We are going to pass an enforceable direction that the recommendations of the task force will be implemented by the state governments or by hospitals under the
Deeply
authority of the union government.
Lordship,
But
there is
by
a
my
possibility of.
interruption, I prevented a political dialogue by giving this instance.
Mine is not, but just 10 seconds. We are grateful, I appear for the Resident Doctors Association of AIMS Delhi. We are grateful, Lordship's taken so much. What has happened is, we've taken a peaceful protest. I registered, I get the General Secretary of the association. Now, as it is, emotions are running high. The office bearers are sensible, they're trying their best to convince the large body to get back to work. Now, these kind of FIRs, etc., sets back the process. Just tell them
Why
to hold
don't
their
you
hand,
do this?
Delhi police.
Why don't you do this? Ask the doctors at AIMS Delhi also to get back to work. Insofar as the FIR and other things are concerned, we are seized of it. When we are seized of it, nothing is going to happen.
We registered yesterday, my lord, General Secretary accused
Now
in the
tell us
FIR.
one thing, since when have you been abstaining from duties? Tell us, how long is it back?
From the time the incident, for the last 7 days, 7 days.
So the incident
Nine.
took place on the 9th,
Yes, my lord.
right? Today we are now on the 22nd. Imagine 13 days, doctors from the All India Institute of Medical Sciences don't go to work.
Absolutely. As an officer of the court, as lawyers, we've been talking to them after your lordship's taken so much cognizance. We have told them.
Democracy does not mean indiscipline.
I understand, but these FIRs aggravates, my lord.
To work.
Lordship understands the 1,500 doctors, office bearers are sensible. They are trying.
Tell the doctors
Yes.
that Once they get back to work, we'll put it to the director. The director is a member of our task force.
Yes, my lord.
We put it to the director that all right, and we'll tell the police who are here before us. Nobody wants to pursue the doctors,
Yes, that's,
right?
but what happens is,
Eventually they have to get back to work. That's it.
let them just hold their hands till the lordship is, FIR registered for a peaceful protest and after the last order, my lord.
But therefore, we have just said that no coercive steps will be
Yes.
taken, that we have already protected the doctors.
Yes,
But only
understand.
now if they don't get back to work,
I understand. I completely will convey the sentiment.
May I just say, your lordships,
One submission, Lordship. One
Well,
submission. Lordship.
nobody should say acid bombs will be used, this should be done, bullets will be fired. It's all wrong, Malad.
well, God knows you have these kind of elements everywhere on all sides of the spectrum.
Exactly.
Now tell us, we don't know who has said that.
We've got the clips.
You have given that to us, but
Yes,
this is the idea.
and the leader of the opposition has done this.
My lord,
Leader of
I
the
am also
opposition.
getting, my lord, many things.
Quay home,
I-
there's a protective order. We can't lodge an FIR.
Responsible way of not placing it before the
Yes.
court.
Therefore,
It
we
is
have
to be
said
ignored,
that when we
not
said
to be
that peaceful
highlighted.
protesters will not be disturbed,
Yeah.
that is equally subject to compliance with the other
Yeah,
requirements.
deeply,
with
Lordship,
intimation to the district magistrate.
Lordship, may I say one thing, Lordship? Lordship, because of two investigating agencies are investigating, the vandalism is being investigated by the police and other side is investigated by the CBI. Lordship, there is an apprehension that conflict will be there. Lordship, because vandalism.
Don't worry about it. We are here to resolve any
Consider
conflict.
that
What
as
is
a
here on the
concern
next
while assessing, Lordship, because it's-
Media trial also must be banned. Media spreading rumors, it is insulting the victim, my lord. Kindly stop.
We've already passed that order.
It is alleged.
CB may not.
One more thing, if you stop filing all those publicity interest litigations that I come every day before this court, I think the media trial will stop. Constantly filing some PIL or the other before us. All right, we'll see.
lordships, may I just finally say
One
that this
suggestion,
hearing
your
has
lordship.
provided a healing touch to the doctors. The doctors who
Yes.
felt they had nobody to vent their grievance with. Your lordships have heard it so patiently, and there's a sense of satisfaction among the doctors that they felt that they now feel that they've finally been heard. So we would just like
Yes,
to thank your
we
lordships.
we
for this.
thank.
Saprajita, we have also said that the doctors would be heard by the committee. So
Yes,
let's
we-
I must tell you,
clarify that as
Lord,
well.
I must tell you, Lordship, my lord, when,
Change, my lords, we are.
Mr. Karan,
One
Mr.
suggestion,
Karan,
your lordship.
my lord, when the secretary, my lord, Health,
Yes.
Director General of Health Services came, they also shared this concern with that doctors are exposed to patients and patients' relatives, and their temper is also going high because doctors have their own duties, their own compulsions. The patients would expect something. So there is always a friction kind of a situation. So doctors are kind of more vulnerable. But this has really given a healing touch and an assurance coming from the highest court of the country, that the highest court of the nation is looking after their interest.
Well,
So
there's
we
somebody,
really
thank you, Mr. Mr. Dr. Rajiv Joshi, I think is on the line.
It's Dr. Rajiv Joshi from Medical Legal Society of India, sir.
Yes.
I represent a body of doctors which has got 70 lawyers and 120 members, doctors who have done LLB. So this is the association which has worked research for 5 years about the problems of violence against doctors. And you'll be surprised to know that you have mentioned there are 7 acts of 7 states. Actually, there are 21 states have different acts for violence against doctors.
Yes.
So that is first part. Second part is, in spite of having these acts, vandalism, 1,581 accused people in Maharashtra from 2015 to 2020. Only 4 have been convicted and rest have been given go by because of certain laws which help the doctors to help the accused to get away. Now that problem is to be sorted out by the legislation. And what we seek from your honor is the protection of law and not only the protection, physical protection that is being offered by your order, which has been given in detail by on the day before yesterday. So what we would like to inform you is that Ministry of Health and Family Welfare had drafted a legislation at 2019, and that was rejected by Home Department that this legislation cannot be done because of certain reasons, whatever may the reasons be. After that, when there was epidemic, rather pandemic, the Home Minister assured IMA that they will form a central legislation. But only thing that they did was they amended the Epidemic Diseases Act, and it is now as the epidemic has gone by, the act has the truth of the act has gone by. So what I want to tell you is, out of this, I have filed a public interest litigation in Bombay High Court. And in 2020, we filed a public interest litigation. And as you formed a committee of various doctors, the Bombay High Court Chief Justice formed a committee of people from Maharashtra state. And the committee had 3 meetings. And the meetings have been concluded in a statement which says that the Maharashtra 2010 Act has to be amended. Now, I will read the statement of the Honorable Advocate General of Maharashtra State, which is reproduced in the order of the court, and you will realize what is happening about it. We have further, the court says that we have further been informed in the course of hearing today that the appropriate authority of the government has discussions with the petitioner and a draft of amendments required to be incorporated in the Maharashtra Medicare Services Act has been prepared. However, Mr. Kumbhakoni submits that he has himself pursued the draft and found that the same to be clumsy. He therefore submits that the government ought to be given liberty to considering whether to introduce a new legislation or to amend the act, for which he has time. This order of the court is dated 13th of July 2021, Your Honor. More than 3 years and 1 month has passed after this order. The Maharashtra state government has not done anything about the report of the committee. Therefore, it is necessary to ensure that the recommendations that your National Task Force will give will have to be implemented on the ground. The other statement which I would like to make is we had filed intervention application in Kerala Private Hospital Association versus State of Kerala. And in this case, on Kerala High Court.
Before, your Dr. Joshi, your PIL is pending before the Bombay High Court, but we are not leaving it at that. Once the report is submitted by the task force, as you rightly said, the next step would be the implementation of the recommendation.
Yeah. Now, please hear me out for 2 more minutes, Your Honor.
You can assist us at that stage on what steps should be taken to implement the report of the task force. We require
that is one part. Second part, I'll give you.
What's happening in Maharashtra, Kerala, because that's not really going to carry this matter any further.
Please give me 2 more minutes. We filed the application Kerala High Court, and the Kerala High Court passed an order of golden hour of filing FIR. Your Honor, please give me 1 more minute. The Kerala High Court passed an order of 1 golden hour for filing FIR, which is similar to golden hour doctors used to treat patients of stroke or cardiac arrest, so that the patient doesn't die or come with permanent disability. Now, this FIR was to be filed within 1 hour, and I have filed 5 instances of this order being disrespected by the police. And the Kerala High Court has taken cognizance of our applications, and they have asked the commissioners of police to file affidavits or superintendent of police to file affidavits, after which the violence in Kerala has come down by 75 to 80%. Subsequently, we'll be aware of the brutal murder of Dr. Vandana Das, who was stabbed 11 times in chest in early morning. And on that day, the High Court of Kerala asked the government what we are going to do about the act. Within 7 days,
you can assist us after the report comes in. These are important issues on implementation, which we'll look at later on. Let the report first come, and we'll then see, we'll require your assistance, and we'll be happy to have your assistance on what steps should be taken to
also has,
including your suggestion on the golden hour for
Your Honor, Advocate Sneha Kalita has got copy of my submission. Kindly permit her to submit that document with her.
Request, but thereafter there are 2 holidays. 30th is Friday, 31st is Saturday, and Monday is 2nd. Second on 3rd, my lord. Subject to
Your Lordship, there's only one.
Your Lordship, kindly take the note.
Yes, you can prepare us a note, Dr. Joshi.
I'm in that.
Your Lordship, there's only one suggestion, Your
The
Lordship.
special bench on the 3rd. Can you have it earlier, please? There's a special bench on the 3rd. Or later, either earlier or later.
Mr. Sybil, come on the 3rd. We can adjust the time between both of you. There's no difficulty.
No, but there's a special bench that is listed, the matters are listed for 3 days.
Because then 4th, I don't know how we will be paid.
No, but 5th, my lord, can it be 5th?
We'll take it.
Fifth is all right. Fifth, all right.
Is-
What is that?
Lord,
Original
another
case
request.
diary be returned to us. the original.
Another request, my lord.
Photocopy of the original.
Lord, another, my lord, the
reply.
status report may be sealed again, my lord, and retain in your lordship.
Status report to be.
Same for us.
CBI state.
And same for, yes, officer.
That's right.
Your Lordship, there is one suggestion, last suggestion.
Same for us, they've seen this.
Mandatory filing
See
of
that-
institutional FIR by the
see that
institution
status
within
report.
2 hours of the cognizance of the office. Your
For the
Lordship.
last
Yes,
6
Your
minutes, you
Lordship.
were making
3
that
minutes.
point.
Yes, Your Lordship. That's
We'll issue directions even on
Your
that.
Honor,
deeply obliged. Your
Well,
Lordship.
there's one submission which is important at this stage, my lords, which was, I'll just take 20 seconds. Well, as I'm appearing for the National Federation of Resident Doctors of AIIMS and the Federation of All India Medical Association. Well, lords, they have got letters from different resident doctor associations have written letters to them that we are ready to join. However, if some degree of interim protection, some basic degree of interim protection while the time the recommendation of the NTF has been implemented, which includes only the CCTV footage at the entrance and the exit of the hospitals and the hostels, and also a distress call facility. They are requesting for this interim protection, my lords, because they are petrified after this horrific incident which has happened. And
Well, the government has already implemented this. West Bengal has already implemented this.
On behalf.
2 days back, we've implemented it as far as West Bengal is concerned.
Panic button. In fact, I have been.
Mr. Solicitor, what we'll do is this, apropos what, the submission which has come, can you ask the ministry to engage with the state health departments in the next week before we take up the matter? And we'll issue some directions on what in the meantime, what are the steps which the state governments can take in the meantime pending the report of the.
What I would suggest, apropos what is in furtherance, well, the health secretary can have a meeting with the chief secretary and the director general of police instead of health secretary of the state, and convey that you take care of this apprehension. This apprehension appears to be justifiable apprehension, my lord, because law and order would be a state subject, my lord. We can only accelerate or we can assist.
During the course of the hearing, counsel representing several resident doctors associations have indicated to the court that the doctors are willing to go back to work without any condition. However, it has been submitted that, don't say without any condition, are willing to go back to work and their duties. However, it has been submitted that the state governments may take a considered view on putting into place at least some safety measures to assuage the concerns of the doctors. Full stop. In order to enable this exercise, full stop. We consider the submission to be, the suggestion to be fair. Full stop. In order to facilitate this, we direct that the Secretary in the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare of the Union Government shall engage with the Chief Secretaries and the Directors General of Police so as to find, so as to evolve, so as to ensure that the state governments, stroke UTs, put into place certain basic minimum requirements pending the receipt of the report of the task force to assuage the concerns of the doctors over their safety at the workplace.
Lordship, I am representing my federation.
With your Lordship,
And Dr. Yusuf.
with your Lordship permission.
Exercise,
Just
the exercise of holding the meeting should be completed within a period of 1 week so that the state governments may take remedial action, remedial and appropriate action,
Lord,
given the exigencies of the situation within a period of 2 weeks thereafter.
In fact, we have
with your-
made that order on
With your Lordship permission.
Followed, we'll share it with them. We made that order to protect.
With your Lordship permission, I just would like to add that in some of the hospitals and in private hospitals too, there is not adequate security staff. And even the
Private
security
hospitals
staff.
will have to employ.
Your Lordship, may I just submit one thing?
I'll tell you
In-
one thing.
Please.
When you talk of private hospitals, if you go to a place.
No,
like
no, Your
this,
Lordship, I'm just.
from nursing homes,
No, Your
large
Lordship,
hospitals, you have them across the spectrum.
Your Lordship, I'm
We
just.
start telling the government to provide
Your Lordship,
security
I'm
at
just-
every nursing home.
An amount of money they charge.
Your Lordship,
should
in some-
employ, my lord, as a.
Your Lordship, even
Ordinary citizens will have no security.
employ, Your Lordship, they are not having.
And public public hospitals stand on a
Your
different.
Lordship, I just submit one thing.
Large falls, the large number of doctors,
No.
sprawling workspaces.
No, Your Lordship, my submission is
Requirement.
not that.
Some help, Manoj,
Your
it
Lordship,
reduce the
and
security for
I'm
some
just
important,
Your Lordship,
Manoj, it may.
that in some of the hospital, Your Lordship, there is not adequate security, and security staff which they deploy, they don't make proper verification. They just employ anybody and then.
Ma'am,
that
it would be
is
very difficult for
aspect-
this
What-
God to
aspect-
monitor such at a minute level.
Therefore, we have a body of expert doctors who will tell us what to do, A, about the public hospitals, about the smaller hospitals.
That's correct.
Please.
Now, obviously, the burden can't be shared for both equally by the state. The state has an obligation insofar as public hospitals are concerned.
Of course.
Insofar as private hospitals are concerned, some alternate mechanisms can be put into place. That's why we had a suggestion of distress call mechanisms. So that you have an immediate access to
We've
a
done
lawful
that.
authority, should there
done
be
that
any
already.
problem or which is apprehended. So these are particularly things, therefore, the committee which we have appointed consists of doctors drawn from private hospitals and from the public sector. The idea is therefore to allow them to evolve something which is practicable. Us merely issuing a general direction will not make any, I mean, you have to have resources, you have to have
Task
manpower.
force may.
So
can
let's
give
therefore wait
that-
for the report of the task force and then we can see how to best implement it. But we are not going to merely lay it down with, be content with guidelines. We are then thereafter going to take up the report and then issue certain directions on that basis.
Please, Your
My
Lordship.
lords, with regard to the SIT notification that I had handed over, we will place documents on record demonstrating which we have obtained through RTIs and then seek directions on the 5th. Grateful.
Grateful to your lordship.
Circle it. Circle, you let me circle it. I can find anything if I circle it, so let me circle it.
क्लेम में कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं होगी ना?
डोंट वरी सर, कार रिपेयर से लेकर क्लेम सेटलमेंट तक पॉलिसी बाजार हमेशा आपके साथ होता है।
पॉलिसी बाजार पे कार इंश्योरेंस कंपेयर करके 8,000 रुपए तक बचाओ।
Just to create this, my lord.
In the case diary, we formed the, we can form a view on what the movement of the police officers was, who went, what time the body was first noticed, what time the body is brought, what time the inquest takes place, post-mortem, and then finally the FIR at 11:30 in the night.
No, even this UD case has 11 to 30. That's what I want to.
No, that's not correct.
See the UD case.
Can your lordships just see this?
577 is recorded at 10:10 in the morning.
Yes.
Can your lordships just have a look at it?
Yes. Yes.
Can your lordships have a look?
They have this information in the CD. They have this
Mr.
information.
Sibal, please allow me now.
Mr. Sibal,
Please allow me.
allow me what? You should have shown the CD, given the CD.
Lord, I don't need to
Original
fight.
should have
my
been
lord. I am-
given in court.
In fact, this also matches with the FIR.
Lord,
FIR
there is a
says
confusion. my lord. Please allow me.
received date 9th August 24, time 10:10 hours.
My lord, if your
Video
lordship
number
gives me 2 minutes, my lord.
Exactly.
My lord, I may be right, I may be wrong. Give me 2 minutes, my lord. Your lordships have, my lord, this 10:10, my lord.
Yes.
This is GDE, called General Diary Entry.
Right, at the police station.
At the first, yes, at the police station. Please, my lord, thereafter come to this, my lord. My lord, your lordship, I do not know the number of the compilation, but it is page 47 on the top.
Yes, 47 we got.
Correct?
This is the same.
Your lordship, please, Mr. Sibal,
Yes, continue.
there is always a courtesy to each other. Lord, this is 576, 2330. Correct, my lord? Now read this, my lord. In reference to Tala PS General Diary Entry number 542 of date, return to PS with so-and-so. Please ignore it and come to the next page. After return to PS under order of office something, an UD case has been registered with a Tala PS number so-and-so 861. So this UD case is registered, my lord. Earlier was GD entry. This is UD case at 2330 and at 2345 FIR is registered.
Well, see page 40, it just shows, Malad.
That's, my lord, how the chronology we have, my lord, presented.
Muddy the waters. It's all muddy the waters. That's what you're doing.
Just see 42. Just see 42.
42, my lord.
ID number 542, dated 10:10 a.m. Received information over the telephone from Agikor Medical College Hospital Police Outpost that a lady of PG trainee of
So-and-so was found lying in unconscious state at so-and-so medicine department of 3rd floor of emergency building in so-and-so, according to informed sector 92 OC and under his order, leading PS with lady police. So this is, my lord, general diary entry. What is?
That is what DD is. That's
Lord,
what
somebody has lost the
That's
life.
according to the
Don't
rules.
at least laugh.
One second.
Don't
According
at
to the
least
rules,
laugh.
Maharaj, that we follow,
A girl has
these
lost
regulations
her
we've done
life
in accordance.
in a most inhuman
That's
and
not-
undignified manner.
Maharaj, these are the rules and we have followed to the T, the rules
Yes,
of the,
I will show that
of
what rules are.
unnatural death end.
My lord,
The Solicitor General, first the general diary entry is paid. Thereafter, the police proceeds to the spot with the case diaries.
Correct.
Case general diary is kept at the police station. Case diary is carried to the spot.
Yes.
Now the relevant part would be
yes,
this part, which is a inquest report. This shows that the information regarding unnatural death was received and registered as case number 861 on 9/8/2024 at 10:10 hours.
That's correct.
Yes.
And this extract is the general diary which the police complete
we will
after
examine
the
this
day is
aspect
over.
and come back to you.
It carries various steps that have been carried out during the course of the day.
That's right.
So that is
And
what
I can assure my learned friend, this is not an attempt to muddy the water, to remove the mud from the water, because we are dealing with a delicate situation. Somebody's dignity is
Oh,
lost.
come on, we all know that. We are all, it's a tragic incident, it's barbaric, and we are on the same side.
Your side was
But let's
laughing.
not muddy
That's
the waters on.
really unfortunate.
The only one point which we also see is that the UD, I'll read out the relevant part. This is at page 74. Accordingly, PO has been cordoned under proper guard. Also, several witnesses were examined and their statements were recorded. Consulted CCTV footages in and around the vicinity of the PO. After post-mortem and inquest, the dead body of the deceased has been handed over to her mother, so-and-so. After return to the police station, under order of officer in charge, so-and-so, and UD case has been registered by Tala PS UD case number 861, dated 9 August 2024. All concerned, including superiors, were informed. After return to the police station, the seized articles were kept in PS Malkhana by Malkhana number 52 in the presence of ASI and constable so-and-so. Now, and officer in charge was informed. So it appears that the initial report of an unnatural death was received and which was recorded in the GD at
So not unnatural death, unconscious body. The doctors are informing the police that there is an unconscious body.
Lying in unconscious state. That is
not a you don't have to be a doctor to know that it's not unconscious body, it's a dead body.
At 10 a.m.
Yes.
GD 542.
This is from the outpost, Malaj.
Right. The unnatural death is recorded by entry 861, after they return to the police station at night.
That is how we have seen.
And 11:30 in the night, the FIR is registered. In the meantime, the body has been handed over to the mother for the purpose of.
And that too, the father insists for registration of the FIR.
Absolutely.
The hospital does not register the FIR. Father has insisted and registered the FIR.
Well, the father told us, you wait till I tell you, then only register. I will give a written complaint. That's what happened. At least tell us what's been happening in the investigation in trying to say that this happened at 11:45.
The family is here, Malaj. The state has
appearing, my lord.
One clarification which we need.
Certainly, Malaj.
If the report of the police indicates that after return to the police station, GD 861 was recorded. In the meantime, the dead body had been handed over to the mother for cremation.
Yeah.
If this does not square up with the fact that the inquest refers to GD 861. Inquest takes place. I have the inquest of the judicial magistrate.
Right.
Judicial magistrate says I conducted the inquest at 4:20 p.m. on the 9th of August.
Correct.
That inquest report refers to GD 861.
Yes.
Now, if the police say that the GD 861 was recorded on return to the police station just before, obviously before the FIR is recorded that night, how is it that an inquest at 4:20 refers to 861?
I do not know how it will turn.
Just recording.
It says UD 861.
Just
not
an expression, Malaj. It's just recording.
It says UD 861.
Ask the ACJM, Malaj. Ask the ACJM. He was there. Ask the ACJM, Malaj. Everything is on record. The memo says 861. Postmortem says 861. And Malaj, the real thing is the investigation. Why are we moving away? What has happened in the investigation?
My lord, my friends may share the timelines with us.
Do you have the postmortem report? Yes. Just pass it on.
I'm sorry, Malaj.
Postmortem,
yeah.
Lord, the state says father
Malaj.
Did not permit registration of FIR. The father's counsel is
page 13, Malaj. Page 13
And
of the case diary.
So the state will wait for the father.
Page 13 of the case diary.
In this PM note, is there a reference of 861 somewhere?
At the top, my lords.
Where?
First line, my lords. Reference
Yes.
to the PM.
Yes. Okay.
Right on top.
Right on top.
Yes.
Is there UD case number?
Appears then that at the
जब वर्ल्ड डेंजर में है आता है जैवलिन मैन ये फेंका ये मारा जैवलिन मैन
इसे एवर रेडी अल्टीमा का लॉन्ग लास्टिंग पावर चाहिए। टॉयज से बच्चों की इमेजिनेशन चलती रहती है, इसीलिए इनकी बैटरी चलती रहनी चाहिए। नई एवर रेडी अल्टीमा बैटरी है 400% लॉन्ग लास्टिंग।
我主仔會要慳啲，光冇地幾時跌落車路公里？哇，chẳng xỉ chả mà tăng lên khi anh thì chỉ vụ vậy say. Wow.
The time when the PMR was when the postmortem was conducted, UD 861 had already been there.
That's right. There's no doubt about it, Malad.
The inquest
Malad,
number is also
people are using some language, some expressions, Malad. Bengali speaking people are Malad, using some expressions in English.
No, there is no Bengali in the
The record will show.
No, why does the IO then say that after I returned to the police station in the night, I recorded?
Because he has to record. Because he has to record what has happened all this while. That's the point.
He is recording minutes of the meeting, my lord.
But the point is, we are more concerned about the investigation, what has happened in the last 1 week. At least tell the court that.
He's right. They were more concerned about the investigation, which is emerging now.
Lordship, the PMR talks about 151 mg of semen. It is never in mg.
No, it is not.
in ml.
It is in.
So please, come on. This is the problem that.
We are in the very incipient stage, but don't confuse this.
Yeah.
Don't use social media to make arguments in the court.
I'm grateful, my lord, for that. I'm grateful.
We have specifically now the PMR before us, and we know what that 151 refers to.
Yes.
Let's not use what we read on social media and then make legal arguments on that basis.
Malaz, I have a very. Malaz, 1 second. Now, Malaz, your lordships asked me that you will give me a chance, Malaz, after this is over. I have a very serious issue at hand, Malaz, and I want to hand over an affidavit to you. Just please give it. And I'll hand over that affidavit also to the solicitor, but only to him. Let's just give it. Just go through this affidavit, please.
They're only giving.
Only to him.
Yes, I'll give it.
Well, just read through this. See what's going to happen. Para 5 onwards, page 2, Malaz. These are collateral events, Malaz. They are bound to happen.
This is again on social media, my lord, something on.
No, not social media. We've got the original.
My lord, state filing an affidavit based on social media.
Just let the court please read it. Then para 8 is also important.
Check. Check 1, 2, 3, 4. Check.
On 26th, 27th.
The 27th.
Your Lordship, they've received notices for closure on eviction on 26th, 27th, Your Lordship. They're only bothering.
The notice of closure is 27th.
Eviction, Your Lordship. They are small
First
court
in the morning on the 27th. Tomorrow is a very heavy day, so 27th it will come up. I've already done.
Very well.
Well, it's Your Lordship has twice directed a matter in July and second week of August didn't come. Now it is showing happily on 27th August. Please don't delete it.
With Your Lordship's permission, may I mention a fresh matter?
Just send an email, everybody. When did you send it?
Yesterday.
So it's probably already listed. Just wait.
Content coming. That's the only.
Wait, it will be listed. Every email is dealt with. Yes.
Let's have Your Lordship.
Is a matter that pertains to
Fresh matter.
and after notice. My Lord, it got deleted. We have circulated mails for not to be deleted, but nevertheless got deleted. It's coming up on 20th of September. Would my lords please direct it not to be deleted on that date, at least? May I just pass the details of the...
No, just make sure that somebody, the email, advocate on record's name you make.
My lords, the email has been sent by advocate on record again, day before yesterday.
What's the name of the AOR?
My lords, it's Amir Arsiwala.
Yes.
Amir Arsiwala.
That's my apologies.
Please, my lords, I'm grateful.
My Lords, Your Lordship said some of the chief secretaries of states which are defaulted on payments of pension and allowances tomorrow.
Yes.
Your Lordships will also ask me to give a list of those chief secretary, those states which have actually complied. I've just passed it on. I've
So
just
we
passed
now,
it on.
just 3 copies. Just 1 second.
For the defaulting states, there is also a request to appear online. My Lords, number of applications have been filed, so I just thought I'll go.
No. The chief secretary, the states which have not complied, they have to be present online. They have to be present here. We have said they have to be physically present. Those who have complied, how many have complied between that order and today now?
The others, non-complying, I've mentioned in my list.
Yes. Others have.
The others have complied. The others have complied.
Who?
I appear for West Bengal, my lords. Most of the states
They have not complied.
those who
Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra, West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, Delhi, Assam, Nagaland, Meghalaya, Himachal, J&K, Ladakh, Jharkhand, Kerala, Bihar, Goa, Haryana, Odisha.
Those people have not complied.
They have not complied. They have not complied.
substantial compliance.
They have to comply. No substantial compliance. By tomorrow, make sure that they comply. Others ask them to be here. No. They have to be personally present here. Otherwise, we'll issue a non-bailable warrant. There's no going back on that order. They have to have given enough time. They have to comply, pay by this evening. They have to, there's no substantial here. They are 100% compliance. That's why we've given enough time. We have been giving time from 27th of July 22, 19th May 23 for January 2024. Therefore, we have directed personal presence. And ultimately, and what is not being paid, the arrears of salary and allowances to our district judiciary.
Funds have been released. It has reached all the district for the people. Have not come. Yes, below the 99.9%. That's my instructions. Whatever the.
We'll call out each state tomorrow. We'll see. And
It's showing for 27.
yes.
I wanted to clarify whether it's coming up tomorrow. It's not there in the list.
No, it will come up on the 27th, right? 27th. 27th. We'll take it up and then we will call out each state separately and see what the compliance is. Let them be present before us. We'll see.
Lords, may I mention, my Lord, may I mention, Lord, on behalf of the AIMS doctor residents, Lord, Nagpur, Lord. Lord, on account of their being participating in the agitation and the protest, Lord, now they are being victimized, not on one ground or the other, being marked absent.
If they are not on
Lord, but
duty-
they were doing the emergency duties, Lord. But because they were participating in
Are
the,
they at work? If they are not at work, they'll be marked absent. How can we ask them to do something?
not allowing in the exams, Lord, in one way or the other, Lord. If a lenient will be taken, Lord, if a lenient will be taken.
If they are on duty, they will not be marked absent. If they are not on duty, the law will have to follow its course. How can we tell the administration to to write something which is not correct?
Not with respect to the exams and all that, Lord, the lenient will be taken, Lord. Because of this reason, Lord, they were on protesting or on strike.
That's all right. So ask them to first return to work. Once they return to work, then if nobody is going to take any adverse action against the doctors,
That
all
will be,
come back to work.
word from your Lordship will work, Lord, for them.
Let them first come back to work, and then if there's any difficulty, just talk to us in the court here. We'll make sure that there's no adverse action against the doctors.
Very well.
We quite see that they were all upset about the fact that there was a very serious incident which took place, but let them first report to work, and then once having
They have reported back, Lord. They have reported back. They have reported back. AIMS Nagpur reported back, Lord. The resident doctor, they have joined
This issue, Lordship, I mention on behalf of PGI Chandigarh. Your Lordship, Lordship in PGI Chandigarh, they are going in for a rally for 2 hours in the morning, but they are doing all their duties. But for 9 days, their CL has been deducted now from the leave. So that is a victimization. You also have to write the research papers and.
I don't think, somebody like Dr. Vivek Lal, he's the director at PGI Chandigarh, that he will do anything which amounts to victimization.
Lordship, I'm only saying.
Ultimately, the directors of these institutions,
He made a
they
statement.
also have their heart with the doctors, but
Yes,
they are in a
Lordship.
situation where poor people who come to those institutions cannot be left behind in the lurch.
Yes, sir.
That they take appointments 2 years before the actual date, and then suddenly you're told that you will not be attended to. Let them all resume work, and I'm sure the directors are all very seasoned directors who spend their life in these institutions. They're not going to do anything against the doctors.
I think your Lordship,
Right now, the notice that they have been given is that since or for 9 days you've been on the rally, so we are deducting your 9 days of casual leave.
We'll pass some general order.
Yes.
Pass some general order on that.
Lordship, may I make
Lord, may I say something?
Please rest assured that once the doctors, we hope, resume duty, then we will prevail upon the authorities not to take any adverse action.
Yes.
But they must first come back to duty for the simple reason, otherwise the people who need the services the most are deprived of their services. That's the only concern. How does the public health infrastructure run if the doctors don't resume work?
Lord, only my Lord,
All
one
right,
thing.
now first let's have the status report. We first want to see
Lord,
the
these are
status
the 3
report.
copies. Lord, I believe the anguish of the doctor is correct, but having come from your Lordships, an assurance that your Lordships are looking into it, my Lord, I think that should satisfy.
With
With the assurance of no adverse action, my lords.
Lords, we are absolutely not grateful to your Lordships that Lordships have intervened. Lords, we have not been heard, my Lords, at all. Our grievances, my Lord, are at the forefront because we are, my Lord, facing the brunt of this, my Lord, whatever
Well,
is.
the reason why we constituted such a broad-based committee is we have specifically said that the committee shall engage with all stakeholders, including, that will include the resident doctors. So please assure them, that the committee, one second, Mr. Ansaria. Please assure the resident doctors, they all are young doctors, that they will be heard by the.
We heard, my Lord, and some representation.
But tell us one thing, we can hear you, Mr. Kamath. We hear you for half an hour. We are not the committee. Ultimately, you have to be heard by the committee.
Yes, what we were requesting, my Lord, some, my Lord's association, whatever your Lordship choose, my Lord, some representative from the Resident Doctors Association, if they can be a part of the committee.
Yes.
So their voice.
1 second, Mr. Ansaria.
I'm sorry, I'm not saying.
You see, please understand.
We leave it to your Lordships, my Lord.
Mr. Kamath, please understand. We have thought through this very carefully. If we start now asking for the representatives of various stakeholders to be a part of the committee, that becomes an impossible process because, the committee's work will then get dislocated. You know what happens. You have such an experience yourself. At the same time, we are conscious of the fact that the primary concerns of the doctors, the nurses, the paramedical staff.
There's a pen
That
drive.
has to be taken into account by the members of the committee. You know, for two things, that on the committee, we have very senior women doctors on the committee. The doctors who are on the committee are people who have worked for a long time in their life as part of public health infrastructure. So therefore, what we have expected the committee to do is that the committee will hear these various stakeholders, namely the interns, the residents, the senior residents, representatives of the nurses, the other paramedical staff. So therefore, you know, they are in a hospital, there are a huge number of stakeholders. The committee will ensure that it will hear representative.
Hold on, Milord. In fact, I have taken instructions. I represent about 30,000 doctors.
Please, and you know, Mr. Kamath, please tell them that the committee will definitely give them a hearing. We'll reiterate that in our order today. We will certainly, Mr. Kamath, your point is well taken. We'll make it clear. Absolutely, Mr. Kamath. We are grateful to you actually for personally, because you know our hearts go out to all those people who have to go to public hospitals. So we will make an observation that the committee would hear all stakeholders, including the Resident Doctors Association. Of course, not 30,000 doctors, but a representative. Right. And an appointment can be given to them when the committee assembles, so that the committee can, because your stake is very high and your inputs are very valuable. So please assure the resident doctors that we were now passing an order that the committee will give them a representative voice in putting forth their grievances, their working conditions, so on and so forth.
Suggestions.
Our suggestion.
We can then call off their Milord's protest. Milord.
We will also say that.
Milord, I appear for the RG car.
Can I?
Mr. Ansari and then Mr.
Yes.
Lord, I appear for the Delhi Medical Association.
Yes.
Lord, we filed a writ petition in 2022, Lord, raising the same grievance.
Right.
This court says, as and when any incident happened, Lord, we are grateful to your Lordship. Lordship could show moto, otherwise we were contemplating to file. There is a judicial order that any order, Lord, any incident happened, then you come to us, Lord. Lord, now, Lord, we are the association of 110 years old. As Mr. Kamath has said, Lord, there is a being a part of the committee. Can I
just suggest one thing?
Yes, my lord.
Because you know, in such a large matter, we have to just suggest one thing.
Yes, my lord.
Because you know, in such a large matter, we have to bring some order to the order to the order also, which we pass.
Please, Lord.
If all of you who are intervening for various bodies, can give on a slip of paper, name of the body, and whom you represent,
very well.
We will put that in our order.
I understand.
So that your clients have that assurance that look, the Supreme Court is also factored in our grievance.
I understand. That will be very useful.
So then we will say that out of these, the committee may take an appropriate decision on engaging with the representative.
All that we were saying, my lord, the committee constitute of a very respectable persons, my lord. Lordship has chosen them. But some representation from the associations, my lord, those who face day-to-day, my lord, problems. Making representation to the committee and being a part of the committee, my lord, would be a little, my lord, we have been hesitating this law. I'm sure, but Lordship thinks it appropriate. Lordship might take it, my lord.
I'll get a response from.
That would be very helpful.
I had two more aspects, my lord, two more small aspects. Lordship has flagged, my lord, about 11 issues which the committee will take into account. Two more aspects, if your lordships can kindly consider that. One is, my lord, the distress call, my lord, we mentioned it day before yesterday. Lordship said it will be part of the order, my lord. I have seen, my lord, it is distress call system, my lord, which is available, my lord, on drop on a watch, on a mobile, my lord. That can also be, my lord, a part of it. Secondly, my lord, institutional FIR, my lord. What has been happening here is, my lord, the parents has to go, the relatives has to go. There should be an institutional FIR within 2 hours of a cognizable offense, my lord. If that also comes to your lordship, is part of the order, my lord. And finally, my lord, the fast tracking of, my lord, we have done cases 10 years back, my lord. The trial is still proceeding. My lord, in 2016, my lord, a person was murdered, a doctor was murdered inside the hospital, my lord, at a point blank range, my lord. Nothing happened. There was a widespread agitation. The chief minister said 50. What I'm saying, there are similar matters pending in this court. If a lordship expedite that.
To obviate, handing over slips, but we'll go about it in a very systematic way.
Yes,
Mr. Devdatta Kamath is appearing for whom?
Instead of your lordships writing down, let us give it.
Can you just, it will be easier for us.
It would be easier. It doesn't look good also.
All right.
My lord, very kind, my lord, but
all right, what we are doing is, we are just circulating a sheet of paper if you can all just, as we are going along with the matter, write it. So we'll examine that and we'll put your names down.
I had made a request
My lord,
Some SOP, the committee is looking into it. There is no SOP on the hours of the doctor.
Of course, we said that.
It is a specific
It's a mandate.
remit of the committee.
One second. One of the points which, that one para where I say this is a non-exhaustive list, it specifically says that they are made to work for 36 hours. And one more thing, we have said, we have referred to working conditions in general, which includes the work. So please assure the doctors, we are as concerned about them that they have to work for 36 hours.
Yes.
All of us have also had family members, relatives. We have gone to public hospitals.
Yes.
I have slept on the floor of a public hospital when somebody in the family was not well. So we have gone through that. And you observe all of them working for 36 hours.
Lord, we would
Lord,
also we would not like, my lord, a doctor who has not slept for 30 hours to treat us, my lord, because
May I just explain what happens in the hospitals? Because I have doctors in the family and also people studying in the medical colleges. What happens is that the senior, who are the third-year students of PG courses, they are the one who assign duty. You do 12 hours to 24 hours, and then thereafter you are given a rest for 2 to 3 hours. Again, you are called back on duty. The junior doctors are the one who prepare the discharge summary. And the discharge summary is prepared by them. So the workload is then again 2-3 hours. So it is almost 48 hours. It is not even 36 hours. So my humble submission is that you are neither in a physical state or a mental state at that stage to even resist if somebody is teasing you. I'm not even on the bigger sexual assault. I'm not on that because there are many incidents.
Shashikaranji, if you look at our order,
Yes.
Ms. Kumudal Das, what? If you see our order,
Yes,
we have in fact highlighted this very aspect that there is a certain hierarchical nature of the workplace in a public hospital or any hospital. So when we have referred to that and we have said because of the hierarchical nature, doctors, including junior doctors, are susceptible to harassment, not just sexual harassment, but different kinds of harassment.
Yes, Your Lordship. Yeah.
So we have specifically referred to this, but now that you have mentioned it in a
The vandalism is being
sanction of new allowances and credit in their account 2 more times is asked. 2 more months they have asked for time.
I spoke 6 weeks. We will.
2 more months is what they
6
asked.
weeks is what Lord, I am told by Chief Secretary that 6 weeks we will completely, because the claims, certain claims have to be made by the officers, not by us. Ultimately,
you complete the exercise in 4 weeks. At the most, we might give you 4 weeks, right? Come here, we'll hear all the chief secretaries, who are here.